All right, how's it going? My name is Brent from Encore PPF, and today we're going to talk about something that has nothing to do with this channel. My wife purchased these rims from a customer. They're off of a 2023 Toyota Sienna XSE 25th anniversary edition.
Yes.
And these rims have like hubcaps glued to what is a very good looking rim. My wife wanted black rims, so when the customer brought these in with these plastic covers on them, she's super disappointed. So we're making a video on how to remove those. It's not easy, but we can't find any information out there about how to remove these. So we're going to go over the steps. We're going to go over, the difficulties and the processes that we use to take them off, as well as the tools. All right, well, let's go ahead and show you the differences between them and then in the different stages. And then we'll go ahead and go over the removal of the cap. And then my wife is going to go over, or at least we're going to speed through her removing this material off of, or the adhesive. It's not really material, it's the adhesive off of the rim. Let's take a look at these. This is what we're starting with here. And this is what the adhesive looks like in there once removed. This is the amount of adhesive that's left on the rim. Okay, and then this is the final here. This is what they look like once they're finished. All right, so as far as the hubcaps on the floor here, this is the first one we removed, which came off the easiest. This is the second one we removed, which came off the worst. You might be able to tell by looking at it anywhere. If you're trying to salvage these, that's going to be tough. And not that it isn't possible, because we did with one of them salvage it really well, and then this one actually looks pretty good, and then we will see what this one looks like when we're done with it. All right, so these are all the tools that we're using to remove this, and you'll see all of these during this whole process. But these bone sticks here, I'll put a link in the description to buy these. You can see we've bent them up and destroyed them pretty good. We use a hammer to hammer these in. The needle nose pliers are used to remove these bone sticks once we're done with them. Okay, this is a tool from Harbor Freight. It's just a panel removing tool, and this is something we use to scrape off some of the adhesive on the rim. These are plastic razor blades, also used to remove the adhesive on the rim. This is a rubber eraser wheel. You can also, if you don't want to buy something this expensive, you can go ahead and just purchase an eraser wheel that'll hook to a drill, and that'll save you from buying this setup here. We use the 3M general purpose adhesive remover, although I'm sure you could use a different adhesive remover if you're unable to get this. Here in California we aren't anymore, but we've got some hanging out still. Microfiber towel for the adhesive remover, and then we use a heat gun to heat the rim up and heat up the hubcap. Also, we use a can of elbow grease.
Lots of elbow grease.
Lots of elbow grease. This is super, plan on getting good use out of this. We are actually going to go ahead and go over to a body shop and get a little touch-up paint, and we're going to paint this black right in here. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the process of getting this hubcap off. It's not, I don't even know if it's a hubcap. Do you even call it a hubcap when it doesn't come off? It's like a permanent thing. So what we're going to be using here is one of these bone sticks, and we're going to put it underneath, in between the rim and the hubcap. So what I'm going to be making sure of is that I'm using the end that goes in that has the least damage. You can see this one I broke off here by hitting it with the hammer. And the reason for that is I'm trying to do as little damage to the rim as possible. Things have been going really well, so I don't think we're going to have any problems, but we haven't really had these things scratching. So we go ahead and we get that in there. You can see that's already kind of cracked the hubcap here just a little bit. And then what I find is that if I take this other one and I work my way around, we can break this outer edge, which there's some adhesive on this outer edge. We can break this loose. seems like there's the most of it around the valve stem. Now, let's just go ahead and go to here with another one. So besides just coming around here, some of these I'm having to go in, just push in a little bit to help break it loose. Okay, so at this point we've basically got the whole outer edge released, and so now it's time to work on this center part, which is where majority of the adhesive is going to be in this area, in these areas right here. All right, so let's try pushing this in as far as we can. All right, now what we're gonna do is take the heat gun, we're gonna heat up all this area as well as the underneath of the rim. You know, actually, let's try really quick doing this without heating up the bottom of the backside of the rim and just heating the plastic up. So if you overheat this plastic hubcap thing, it's going to start to wrinkle like this. Like this whole area was starting to wrinkle because it got overheated. That would be fine if you're planning on not trying to salvage these at all. My understanding is that you can't buy these plastic covers without buying the whole rim. So, you know, these may be useful to somebody. So I've got this heat gun turned up to 1,000 degrees, and what do we call this, a Steinel? This is a great heat gun. But, I mean, any obviously heat gun will work. You just want to keep moving. You don't want to stay in any spot too long. So I'm definitely keeping a distance here, and I'm looking for any distortion if it starts to cause any in the hubcap. I'm just trying to make sure that this area here is good and warmed up. And we want this heat to transfer through this into the adhesive. So it's not like we're just warming this up to get the cover hot. You want that adhesive to break loose. Pretty warm. Let's see what we can do with that. Ooh. Okay. Alright, so what I used this panel tool for was mostly for a little bit of prying as well as for helping to bump these in as far as they would go in. What we're trying to do is get a little bit of lift here so that we can get one of these bone sticks underneath this. There it is. Ooh. All right, we're just gonna ruin this hubcap, probably. Okay, And basically what we want to do is do this on every single one of these holes here. Okay. Seems like almost the twisting of it while you're pushing it in works better than the hammer. So once you got one like this in, kind of start there, work your way around. Okay. Oop. All right. Oh. Whew. All right, let's give this thing some more heat. So basically we've got a lot of pressure in this whole center part, and so by heating this up, it's actually going to start stretching that adhesive, which will start helping it break loose. Let's flip this rim over. I was setting it on a towel before so that we didn't damage it, but now that I've given up on that, not too worried about it. So from in here, you're going to be able to see some of the adhesive, and all I'm trying to do is get in there and help break that loose. So I'm either going into these, kind of turning, and then in these ones here, so the small ones, most of the adhesive is in this top part, and then in these bigger ones, it's like down like this and like this. I'm either pushing into it straight on like this, or I'm working my way by wiggling it back and forth, helping break that loose. Honestly, I'd like to meet the person who thought this was a good plan. Just to say hello and shake their hand. So you'll be able to see in here that you're kind of breaking that free from the rim and that you're damaging that adhesive. So it kind of clumps up a little bit. Oh, there we go. You can feel it kind of break loose on these longer ones, these longer runs here. Oh, we had so much fun. Okay. All right, I'm just kind of going back and looking, make sure it looks like I've disturbed all the adhesive. All right. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can just try pulling up on this a little bit. Oh yeah, okay, great. That is easier if you have a couple of these bone sticks in there when you go to stick your fingers in. You hear the adhesive kind of break loose. Woo! All right, good times. All right, well, let's take a look at this hubcap. So you can see most of the damage that I did to this was while I had the bone sticks in the circle around here. Take your time if you want to try and save these. We put it out in the sun on the first one for an hour or so, and that did seem to help with that one, or we just got lucky. So I'm not totally sure on that. So there's the adhesive left over on this hubcap, and then what's left to be removed on the wheel here. All right, so this is the adhesive that's left over on the rim, and my wife is going to be going over, or at least showing you how to take this off. She's really going to be enjoying herself. I did my part here. All right, so if you found this video, if you're finding this video helpful, if you don't mind liking the video and then maybe leaving a comment, and that'll kind of get the video out there to more people. I wouldn't necessarily recommend you subscribe to the channel because you probably aren't going to watch the rest of my content. All right, well, my wife's going to go ahead and take over from here. She's not so comfortable with the cameras, so you're mostly just going to be watching her work. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll point some stuff out that she's doing, or maybe we'll get lucky and she will. So just so you guys know, on this blue tool here, let me see that real quick. I took and I sharpened this edge with sandpaper, and it could use a sharpening again. So I found that kind of the sawing motion, right? You found the sawing motion works the best, yeah. Kind of back and forth. I don't know that the heat's doing anything, at least not at the temperature I'm putting on this rim. Oh, that's not true. Well, I don't know. I think this blade just seems like
they go dull really quick.
Yeah, I wonder if they're just getting cold. I wonder if they're getting warm and then they're getting too malleable.
Maybe.
I'm gonna try to heat some more. I know we're trying quite a few different things here on this one, but if we can find something that makes it a little bit easier, it'll make a big difference for you. Not so much for us at this point because this is the last rim.
Hallelujah.
You know, I think that the heat definitely helps a little bit. And I think that this tool is going to be a lot better for removing the bigger chunks here. Was that ever a problem going like this? Other than it just kind of scuffs the rim up a little bit.
Yeah, that's it. It just scuffs the rim, which
All right, here.
I'm sure.
I'm gonna go way up. Let's see. I don't know. Unfortunately, with these plastic blades, it seems like they get real warm from the heat that we put on here, and then they just bend and
They don't
really.
do a little bit, but not enough.
All right, let me go ahead and I'm gonna sharpen this. I mean, maybe people don't want to watch the entire thing get removed. Maybe we just show them this whole part right here.
Section.
Yeah. What do you want to use, this or that?
For these little tiny spaces.
Okay, let me get in there then. So, I mean, you can keep doing what you're doing. I'm gonna try to get some video of that. Ooh, this camera's gonna overheat. Hang on. Alright, maybe show the other, oh, okay, well, that's fine too.
And I can get. Just kind of break it up a little bit. And then go back in with the bone stick and really get in there.
Alright, so you're saying this is the fun part?
No. This is the worst part. Getting the gobs of adhesive off.
Well, there's one thing for sure. They did a great job sticking those on there.
Yes. That is.
Yeah, that seems to cut it off a lot better, huh?
Yeah.
That other thing's just more for like bunching it up
Uh-huh.
and getting off some of the. I don't know. What do you use that other one for? What would you say that was for?
Just, I don't know.
Just okay.
Peeling, but not peeling.
It didn't really. It's like each one just does a little bit more, and a little bit more.
Okay. So we got the bulk of the adhesive off here. And there's like little, oh, there we go. Let's see if we can get a little bit more. Yeah. And we can go in with our rubber wheel.
Eraser wheel?
Yes. And the eraser wheel only, like you can see, only really gets the flat surfaces. So you're gonna have to go in with adhesive remover after.
Well, and also it looks like it does leave a coating on there.
Yeah, and that
just
comes
comes
off with adhesive remover. So.
All right, let me get the. Surprised this thing doesn't steam when you put water on it. This GoPros get so hot. I know they're designing it moving.
This is where, so once you kind of coat the adhesive with the adhesive remover, this part is easy to come back through with your bone stick and kind of start scraping and, you know, getting more of that stuff off, or you can use your fingernail. Either one. Sometimes my fingernail works better, sometimes the bone stick works better.
That's why I quit using this thing. It's a pain in the ass. When you want to replace the battery, which happens all the time. It definitely looks like the adhesive remover helped those little bits come off, huh?
Yep. So now I'm just kind of nitpicking all of this stuff. I mean,
What about a bone stick that was like sharp?
I don't know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Let me see. And I mean real sharp, like this hasn't been filed. Guess I shouldn't do that one. We'll obviously be switching to the other footage during that moment. Try that now on any little spot.
Well, and this is where I give up because really it's on a rim and it's, no one's gonna see that.
Yeah, but if you put some pressure on it, look, it come in. Would you hear that? She gives up. She gives up right about there. I guess we're all gonna have our own level of fakiness on this, and so you can keep going or you can give up.
I give up, right? Well, I mean, right there.
Yeah,
Not
and
the
so
rest of them.
let me see real quick. So there is some very minor scuffing on the rim, although I imagine after a few car washes and things you're gonna have a lot more than that on there. All right, well that's the process of getting the hubcaps off of these rims so that you can have a nice set of black looking rims on your Toyota Sienna. My wife has a little bit older Toyota Sienna, so we're gonna go ahead and take these and put these on her vehicle. They're gonna look great on there. We may throw in a picture of that here at the end of this. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this video up now though, and then from here on out it's just gonna be watching my wife continue to remove this adhesive from this in case you want to find any more little maybe tricks or details that she runs across while she's doing this. Terrific. Thanks for taking a look at the video, and like I said, if you thumbs up or leave a comment. Terrific.
I thought it was three of them dead. I'm sure, hey man, I ain't with it, okay?
You're tripping.
Yeah, so Heather's doing a video, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. Let's see.
You got a couple cameras going, huh?
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, you do?
Everything's going fine today. How'd that fish go?
It's just like the last one? Okay. Just like the last one.
like.
Oh, after this book. Maybe put your hand like this if you're gonna say something helpful. And then when I rush through the video, I'll see that part,
Okay.
and then I'll know to slow it down because
You're just gonna like do this at like
2
10
times,
speed or whatever.
at least 2 times. All right, so this is rear window and
We gotta match it to the back. You said. Is that a 15? Well, great. Don't be a jerk.
Oh.
It seems like heating this up even just a little bit before you start kind of prying the bulk off helps. So I know that it doesn't look like it, but it does seem to help some. So That's not good.